Brace yourselves.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. Now, I know I said I probably wasn't going to be able to do a video update today, but considering the crazy price action that's been going on this week, I wanted to chime in. I couldn't leave you guys hanging, so we have had an incredible week for Bitcoin, a massive flash crash with a beautiful bounce back. In fact, a lot of the altcoins are back where they were before the crash. Bitcoin, Ethereum up as well. We saw that there was a lot of whale accumulation right around the $46,500 level, but we do still have futures expiry happening on Friday. So the question is, was that actually the bottom of the dip? Well, I'm going to tell you how I feel about that, but before I get into that, if this was your first dip and you survived it, congratulations, welcome to the club. And guys, like I said, remember, for every single seller, there's always a buyer on the other side. So if you are panic selling your Bitcoin, you have to ask yourself the question, who are you selling to? Well, turns out that we were selling to Michael Saylor and friends. You know, they announced that they had bought another $1 billion worth, and literally I made a tweet and I said, just wait until the next round of publicly traded companies comes out and admit that they actually bought Bitcoin, you know, and who knows, it could be Apple, it could be Amazon. Well, for now, we found out that it was actually Square. They purchased another $170 million worth of Bitcoin. So I want to talk about how I feel about companies and institutions still looking to purchase Bitcoin. I want to talk about that whale bubble around $46,500. Will it hold? And finally, I want to talk about altcoins, because I do believe that we are still due for a massive altcoin rally. And as you guys know, I definitely am huge in Bitcoin. I hold way more Bitcoin than altcoins, but there are going to be massive gains to be made in altcoins. And I want to show you two charts right now that let me know that we could be due for a massive altcoin rally. And yeah, I mean, things could get crazy, guys. So we might have a good 6 to 8 months left of this bull run. Then we may have to reevaluate it. But that being said, I'm going to hop into the charts right now. And yeah, so here we go. So the first chart that I want to look at is the CME futures, because as you can see right here, we've actually bounced very nice off of this previous resistance that I spoke about at 45,560. That was where we had this crazy candle on February 8th, and we did have that wick that touched it. Now, this area right here acted as support here. We danced under it for just a little bit, a few days of resistance. Once we got back above it, it acted as support again, okay? And then as we got above, we had the VPVR as support, VPVR as support. We pumped all the way up to the Bitcoin high. Again, the VPVR as support. Once we got below it, look where we stopped again, which was at that same level. So this level is proving to be very significant for the Bitcoin price. And it's also interesting to note that that was around the $45,500 level, which is only $1,000 lower than our whale support. You could see the massive area of accumulation was between 46.5 and 48.5. And we don't know exactly who these individuals are, high net worth individuals, institutions, but we do know that there was a lot of accumulation in that area. So they are most likely going to be protecting this zone and looking to accumulate as it falls down to those levels. So having a look right here on a more simplified chart, yes, there is the possibility of potentially coming back down to this legacy trend, of course, which would still be bullish. You know, even if Bitcoin was to fall down to about that $40,000 level, I would not become a bear. We would still be putting in a healthy uptrend. We would be putting in a higher high and a higher low. The other thing also is, if you are into the CME futures gap, yes, we still do technically have one down here at around 24,600, but will we fill that? I'm going to probably say most likely not, considering we did have a lot of whale accumulation above that, plus the fact that we had Tesla buying right around the $33,000 area. So we had Tesla buying right around in this area. So I don't really see Bitcoin falling much lower than that. But having a look right here, once again, beautiful support by our 21 exponential moving average. If you guys have been watching this channel, I have told you the significance of the 21 exponential. It is this green line right here when we are in a bull market, and you can see right here, it has acted as multiple times support. Actually, let me not do that because I have too many lines. This is a crazy crazy chart, but you guys can see right here, it acted as a lot of support. We were under it. It became resistance. As soon as we broke above it, boom, that was when we absolutely skyrocketed. And even though we did wick below it on 3 separate occasions, the 4th wick just happened today, and it touched the line exactly. So this is showing us that this is acting as our support. Now, the thing is we didn't have that 30% pullback that we usually look for. We only had about 23%. Interestingly enough, if we were to come down exactly to the 50-day moving average, which is around 40,900, that would be a 30% pullback. So I'm not going to put it out of the cards just yet, considering we do still have Friday, we do have the expiration, and we did just get stomped out here. As you can see, we pumped, but we couldn't break above this level. So there is still that potential chance that there might be, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I am saying be prepared. There could be one more buying opportunity for Bitcoin, and there is that potential for us to come back down. Now, some people were freaking out because we did have 8,000 Bitcoin worth almost 400 million US dollars that were transferred from an unknown wallet to Coinbase. So as you can see, some people were freaking out, but on the flip side, I want to just let you know that there was 13,000 Bitcoin that actually outflowed from Coinbase to a wallet. They said it seems those Bitcoin went to multiple Coinbase custody wallets. U.S. institutional investors are still buying Bitcoin at the $48,000 price. So you got to say to yourself, these guys are still buying at 48,000, 50,000. So people thinking that they're late to the party, that it's time for a major correction crash, we're going into a bear market, I highly disagree with that. And yes, this 13,000 is higher than the 8,000 inflow. And another thing that we need to talk about is the grayscale Bitcoin premium is flat. Now, keep in mind, the higher the premium goes, this usually means that investors are looking to lock in profits, right? The lower it goes, it's usually seen as a buying opportunity. And, a 5-year-old can see, having a look at this chart, dating all the way back to, March of 2020, we are at the absolute lowest point. So this is signaling buy. This is signaling that now is the time to be accumulating. Now is the time to be buying Bitcoin. The funding actually looks like it dipped below 0%. So it went negative for, I'm assuming, a few hours or so. So that was definitely the time to be buying Bitcoin. But I do want to point out real quick, super quick, that we are hitting a very important level. You're seeing that we did get a wick down. Now let me show you what I'm looking at right here. What we're having is 2 very important levels. This support that started right at the last bottom of the falling wedge, you can see right here. Look at all this support that we had right here. And if you continue this line right above, you'll notice that it's acting as our resistance. And another level to look at is when we actually had this rising wedge right here. This level also was our resistance, and look at that. These 2 points are literally meeting right here today as I'm making this video, literally right here. So this is a very critical level. We have this support and this resistance colliding, and you are currently seeing that we are having a little bit of difficulty getting above this level. Now, this blue box right here represents the whale accumulation area. So as you can see, we barely fell below it. The whales came back in and they pushed us up. So like I said, guys, if we were to see one final dip, and I'm talking, this is my mega ultimate bearish but super bounce level, would be anywhere down inside of this blue box right here between 40,600 and 42,000. And if we do fall down to this level, I'm not telling you to put in along, I'm not giving you financial advice, guys, but I would expect a massive, major, super bounce. We would blow through this whale level, through these previous resistances, and we are going to all-time highs. And you could see right here, not only would that be the level to look for, but actually, let me see right here, if we actually go from top to bottom, you guys can see that would be our 30% pullback that we're looking for. So that's my ultimate bearish scenario. But regardless, guys, medium term, long term, we're looking for a massive bounce. We're looking for a massive continuation. So, don't be trading the chop out there, but dollar cost averaging is definitely going to be your best friend moving into this. Now, I do want to talk about one thing, and this relates to altcoins. Now, we have seen that we are having some consolidation here on the Bitcoin dominance, but let me show you something very, very critical here. So right here, we had a bounce, right? We're Bitcoin dominance got all the way down to 35%. Then we had another bounce right here, another bounce again in July, August, and just recently we bounced again. Now, this is our support, but keep in mind, any resistance or support, the more times you hit it, you break through it. So if you keep hitting resistance, right, you usually break out to the upside. If you keep hitting support, you usually break out to the downside, right? That's why, for example, when we have, descending triangles, when we keep bouncing, we keep hitting the bottom, we usually fall out to the downside. Well, having a look right here, you can see that Bitcoin dominance could be looking to fall out and continue on this downwards trend. Now, if we do that, we know that this is time for altcoins. And if you don't think it's just on the Bitcoin dominance chart, look at this insane weekly chart for the total 2. Now, total 2 represents all of the altcoins minus Bitcoin. So essentially, this is the altcoin market without Bitcoin factored in. And you can see right here, we had a wick where we stopped right around the $454.6 billion level, right? And the wick just before that was 475. So between 475 and 455, 456 is this blue box territory, right? Which would be the previous resistance, the previous all-time high back here in January when we had that crazy, crazy spike. Well, if we zoom in today and have a look, guys, we had literally, you can't make this up, guys, a perfect wick, exactly, guys, down to that level. So look at that. This is bullish. When you see these wicks to the bottom like this, when you're seeing them like this, where you're having these giant wicks from the bottom, this is buying pressure, guys. These are people buying the wicks, buying the dip, okay? So this is massive, and this is telling me that altcoins could be setting up for a massive, massive rally. Now, Ethereum is actually having a little bit of a difficulty breaking back into its ascending channel. As you guys could see, we were bouncing right between these two levels, dancing around the heart line from the top, back on the heart line again, and we were staying within this range for quite some time. After we did have that crazy wick on Kraken, we did come back down to the lower level, which is very, it is still bullish, all right? And guys, I mentioned this. My goodness, did I mention this level for so long, that we were going to have this previous resistance flip support, which we did. However, we do need to get back above this level. So for Ethereum, I would like to see Ethereum break above and hold above the $1738 level, and if we do, then I think that would be good. But talking about altcoins and talking about why this is just the beginning, you are seeing massive interest in NFTs, massive interest in DeFi, especially on Polkadot. Polkadot projects going absolutely crazy. In fact, we had Polka markets, which I told you guys about. This is a gamified prediction market. I told you guys about this, I think it was a few weeks ago. This was before the sale even happened, and you could see right here, regardless of whether you were in private or if you got in the public, these ROIs were absolutely insane. Look at this, over 100x, 120x. Look at this percentage gains, absolutely incredible. Also, Super Farm, this is Elio Trade's project. You could see this had a very, very, very low cap. This thing went absolutely insane. 5,554%, 72x ROI. This is absolutely incredible between these two projects. Oh, 155, my bad, over on Polka markets. This is absolutely insane. And, having a look over here, you see that there was this Crossroad NFT by Beeple, I guess, which sold for $6.6 million. We've seen Gary V tweeting about it, which, look, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm all for NFTs as far as, in-game items and, maybe like registries and documents. I don't really understand 100% paying $6.6 million for a video. I don't get this personally. I mean, you could literally just take a screenshot, you could save this. Maybe I'm missing something here. Like, I get it for like credentials, ownership rights, in-game items. I don't really understand the NFTs when it comes to these, $6.6 million for this image, which we're able to look at right now. Please drop in the comments what I'm not quite understanding about this. But nevertheless, guys, people are going crazy over this stuff. So this is why I definitely think that alt season is still about to happen from what we're seeing, things like this. Also having a look at these charts, this beautiful retest, Bitcoin looking like the dominance wants to break down as well.
Plus, just for crypto as a whole, we have Coinbase's IPO, which they're saying could put crypto into the mainstream. So all of that together, and I do think things are looking quite bullish for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies.
So as you guys can see, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are still looking bullish as a whole. Obviously, this was just an expected correction, a healthy pullback. Like I said, there is still that chance that we could go down and retest that very lower level, but that is my absolute ultimate bearish target, and I would expect a massive bounce back from those levels. And also, as you can see, Coinbase IPO going public, Square buying, MicroStrategy buying. More companies probably bought than you know, and like I said, we're probably going to hear about that coming out very, very soon. And also, I do believe that we are getting very close potentially to a massive alt season, institutional interest, retail interest. I believe this thing is still just getting going. We could still have a massive 6 to 8 months left for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So once again, guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I'm not going to be able to make a video tomorrow. I will be traveling, but on the bright side, I am heading back home to the studio, and we're going to be doing a lot on the channel. We're going to be doing lots of analysis. I'm actually going to start doing some interviews, having some guests on the channel as well. Definitely going to be fun. Stick around, get subscribed if you haven't, and if you haven't seen these videos that are popping up right here, right now, check them out. $200 in bonuses for either of them, thousands below. Check it out. You guys rock. You're the reason that I make these videos, even when I'm not in the studio. I freaking love you. You're awesome. Be safe out there. My name is K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and of course, peace out.